Episode 20, Why? I'm going to try to do this one without any edits, no cuts or anything in it. Hopefully I won't make it too long. I'll cut off the beginning where I sat down and stuff. Why? Why am I doing this? Little background on me. I was born because, hey, here I am. Without going into complete details, the things that brought me through to where I started making my own choices, I decided that there was no God. I decided that science was it and that there was nothing beyond that. I can remember being in college, golly, Ms. Beals, I think, was the science teacher, and having an argument with her, and I was explaining to her my thoughts. And my science teacher was trying to explain to me that there was a God, and I was trying to explain to her that there wasn't. So we'll go ahead and fast forward. Sorry, I try to keep it light even when I'm getting really serious. I get invited to an Easter Sunday, and I'm not going to waste the pastor's time. I'm not going to waste, family time and everything else because I don't believe. There's no point in me going. Well, if any of you've been to any type of Easter Sunday, you know there's that point. Segue here, I went. Spoiler alert, I've done spoiled it, I went. But if you've ever been to a Easter Sunday sermon, you know that they're trying to reach you, they're trying to get to you. And I was very fortunate. I had Pastor Chris Sutherland. We got promoted. They moved him to Hawaii. I couldn't follow him. Love you, Chris. Thank you for saving me. Anyway, it was one of those times where they talk to you and they say, if anybody in here hasn't accepted God, hasn't accepted Christ, put your hand up in the air. And I didn't want to put my hand up. I didn't believe. But I was there with Chris, and he had the life stories that I needed to hear, and it was shared with me. And it was just one of the moments where you can't help but to put your hand up and accept Christ right then. Going on forward to moving to Virginia, where we currently reside, I've lost that first love. And any man who knows that first girl you fall in love with, man, it's really hard to ever get over her. It's just as hard to get over your first church. And we struggled for about 10 years, 13 years down here. We tried a bunch of different churches, never felt at home. This is not a commercial. It's going to sound like it. I'm going to go there. It's not a commercial. But it is part of why. I had a kid that works with me. Sorry, I called you a kid. I'm old. I get to call you kid. Anyway, he keeps coming out, and Philip, he's going, come to church. And I'm like, I will. But things just kept holding me back, and I couldn't get there. But it's one of those things. When I sit down at the desk, and any artist knows that zen feeling that you get from drawing, I feel like that's where I belong. Same thing. I finally was able to make it out to church, and that Philip had kept recommending, and Elevation Church, my new home. And again, we did that same prayer, and it was the if you haven't accepted, or if it's been a while, and again, you couldn't fight but to throw your hand up because you need him in your life. And those two things go hand in hand for me. I feel like this is where I belong at this table. I belong in God's life. And a few years back, I had a tree fall through my house, smash it from one end to the other. I mean, it just total wreck. And I woke up, and I was stoked because I'm laying there in bed, worked night shift, and I've been up all night long, and I can sleep through anything. And I heard God. I will say to the day that I die, it was the voice of God. Tell me to move. Like a father would say it, very stern. There was nobody else in the house, just me in this bed. I shoot up, I roll across the bed, and I'm out. My back gets scratched. It's blood all down my back. It's dripping on the floor. I'm super stoked because I'm alive. And you know, I get up and I try to make phone calls and nobody's there to answer my phone call. I'm like, where's everybody at? I learned a little bit later that there was a tragedy at one of our local colleges. And I'm dancing around this because I don't want to open up old wounds for anybody that might see this. But I'm opening up an old wound for myself. Because I remember going out to the college the next day and seeing people that had been killed and wondering why I was spared. When I know that these people had been better Christians and had more to offer the world at that time. And as I do this, I think about Junior and I walking around the lake one day and him looking at me and going, why can't you believe? Well, brother, I believe now. As I sound like a sheep, I believe now. Anyway, that's why. I feel like this is where I belong. I've been given the chance over and over to do it. And I'm going to try. I'm going to give it my best. And that's where all of y'all come in. I'm not trying to pull on guilt strings and like I said, sheep boy here, but help me. You're helping make, every time you share, you hit send, you comment, you're helping me make my dream. And for everybody who's done stuff for me already, thank you so much. And anybody who's getting ready to share this video or send it to their friends, thanks. Because I'm going to keep posting these things, whether anybody watches them or not. It keeps me rolling. Anyway, probably the longest video I've done. I apologize for the length. Thank you if you watched it all the way to the end. Because